When you think of France, the first thing that comes to mind is a strong, powerful army. No, I'm just kidding. You think about the fact they surrendered in like 5 seconds when World War II started, didn't you? Well, guess again, buddy boy, because France throughout the majority of history was known as the superpower of Europe, unchallenged, undefeated, and it just goes to show that sometimes even a superpower can be known as that nation that gave up in 5 seconds, if it gives up in 5 seconds. Once, just once in history, that's it. Well, in Europa Universalis 4, France is a superpower, and in our particular French campaign, we have completely dominated our world. This is what the world looks like right now. We have pretty much the entirety of Africa and half of Europe, with colonies in the New World as well, and all over Asia. And this is the last part. We're going to conquer the world as the main focus of this particular playthrough. I'm going to explain how it's best to do that later in the campaign, what mechanics we're going to use in case you want to do this as well. And of course, we're going to explain our current situation. Africa, we just have Portugal, Kilwa, and a couple more areas here in the Horny of Africa, which we're conquering right now, actually. Arabia, similarly, we just have a few provinces, but Asia itself, we haven't really been going into for the simple fact that I just, I'm lazy, okay? I'll be honest. I know you're supposed to open like 9 different fronts when you're doing a world conquest. I just like to take it one step at a time. I don't like to focus too much on too many fronts. It's just me, because I usually watch Netflix on my third monitor when I'm doing the world conquest, so what can I do, you know? It's also how I enjoy the game, so it's best to just play it how you enjoy it, right? Now, that being said, Bohemia is going to be completely wiped out. We're basically splitting it with the Poles right now. So Europe is not much of a situation. Europe, we just have to have a few wars with Poland, 1 war with Austria, Russia, Scandinavia, and Lithuania. And then Asia is where we're going to have to really crack on down on them. Right now, I'm using 1 army to quell the separatists in West Africa, about 1 or 2 armies in Europe. But once we secure Central Europe, we're just going to set up all of our armies by the border and just slowly but surely grind into the west further and further in. And we're doing the exact same with the Arabian and the Middle Eastern parts. The New World is a bit of a challenge though, because the New World, we don't have that many colonies right now, and the Spanish are deeply entrenched here, as are the British. The rest of the British colonies we're gonna get when we fully annex them. We made sure they only have 1 province, London, and that's it. So when we annex London in the next war, when the truce is over, we do get every single one of their colonies as our colonies, because you get the nation that you annex as subjects as your subjects whenever you annex them. Actually, I just realized there's a Native American nation that exists. Let's go ahead and fix that, shall we? Now, economically speaking, we're about 3,000 income in. We're mostly relying on trade and production, as you would imagine at this point in the campaign. We got roughly around 950 ducats we're getting from the English Channel alone, and if we increase our trade power here, we're going to get a lot more as well. We're getting about 300 from Genoa, getting a little bit from Venice, a little bit more from Constantinople, and so on. We do have to get more trade, and the way we do that is we set up a trader in Aden, another trader over in Hormuz, and we get some ships that starts transferring trade from India into Europe. Right now, that trade is not going into Europe, so we're missing out on about 1,000 ducats, give or take. But reality is, I've built everything. All my monuments are at level 3. All the ones that I could upgrade that are within my lands are level 3. I've got all the buildings done. I've got all the manpower. I can have 1.2 million manpower max. There's no need to even build anything at all anymore, so I'm not worried about the money. It's just about finishing this world conquest as soon as we possibly can. So we're going to be attacking the Austrians, Scandinavians, and Poles in one big war once we consolidate what's left in Central Europe. We do also have a few units over around the islands of Indonesia, so we're going to be going for that too. And the Portuguese still have Australia, so when we fully annex Portugal, which is only right now available in South Africa, this is the entirety of Portugal, we should get that Australian colony as ours too. I was actually looking through my videos and I realized that the last time I did the world conquest was 5 years ago, literally. So we really do have to make this. I think I had like 3 or 4 other world conquest campaigns in which I gave up like 10-20 years before I got everything because I just got bored. Considering that EU5 is on the way, we're gonna be finishing a world conquest. I kind of want to get all my achievements before the new game comes out, so we're gonna be going for the EU4 completion, so we get all the achievements, of course. And I'm gonna do a lot of these live on Twitch, so if you want to check me out, head on over to Twitch. I'd love to have you over there. Now, I know what you're thinking, why don't you restore the Roman Empire? You literally would get so much more speed for a world conquest. We literally get national ideas that help us get more core creation costs, cost, we get more culture conversion costs, so we would do it much easier. Well, that's the second part of the challenge. I want to do the world conquest staying as France, not switching over as Rome, both because it's a lot easier if you switch over as Rome. There's a lot of monuments, for example, that you'll be able to use if you're Roman. We could use the pyramids, which give no stability loss on monarch death, estate loyalty, prestige decay. As Romans, we can also use the Petra, which gives diplomatic relations a reputation and envoy travel time as such. There's a lot of extra monuments that we'd be able to use as the Romans, but I don't want to do that. I want to stay as the French. There you go. We're getting some of those juicy late game battles. Look at this, 160 versus 80,000. Of course we're gonna win. We're just insanely outnumbering them right now. One thing to take note of in the later part of the campaign is that building furnaces whenever you have those coal mines available is an abso-freaking-lute must. Look at this. For example, in Kosovo, we just got coal, so we're gonna be either destroying this or developing one province. Then we can get furnace, which increases our goods produced for the entire country by 5%. Furnaces are insanely OP. It just sucks that you get them so late in the campaign. Oh, and we also can do a mission. I forgot about this one. The Crossroads of Continents. We can reestablish the Knights of St. John as a pirate republic, or we don't give him anything. We're not going to give him anything. Fuck that shit. Nah, I'm not able to raid. What's up with that? I'm supposed to be raiding people here. Come on, Paradox. Even more coal provinces. Holy Schnitzeldorf, boys. One thing to note for late game in the campaign, guys, is you want to be exploiting development if you plan on converting provinces to your particular culture. So for me, I plan on converting everything to Francian, which is why exploiting development is an absolute must, really, especially in areas which you have very high development. It helps out so much, even a little bit of development exploited every few years. Plus, exploiting development also can give you either manpower or sailors or cash, so it's really worth it. Look at this, even all of Italy is not our culture, so we're gonna have to fix that too. I also like that you can overlay the culture map with the exploit development map, so it's easier for you to realize which provinces need to be exploited, because of course I'm not gonna bother exploiting the French provinces now, am I? They're especially good in areas like this where we have half of Castile already French and the other half is still Castilian or whatever other Iberian culture they might be. Well, we ended up with about 22,000 ducats from exploiting development. Canceling alliances also at this point in the campaign is so freaking good. It's crazy good, because that way it makes it so much easier to divide and conquer the world, which in the late phase of the campaign should be your primary directive: divide and conquer. You basically want to be role-playing as Caesar at this point in the campaign. And yes, it is extremely cheap to core everything up, since we have so many core creation cost reduction modifiers. I mean, look at this, it's minus 54% core creation cost modifiers for regular provinces. And the truth is that we could make it minus 75% more if we were to form Rome, which we're not doing, like I said, but if we were to, it would be so much easier. We just converted the holy city of Jerusalem to Catholic, so now we can get another missionary to help us convert the world even faster. That looks like a good deal to me, boyos. Look at how massive the Bohemian Empire was at one point. Not gonna bother too much with the course. This is fine. Let's go. Boom. And now the rest of that is gonna be annexed by the Poles. Let's also make sure we concentrate development so we make it a little bit cheaper to core after. And another reason why I went for the peace is because I want to start integrating what little subjects I've got. So we're gonna be incorporating Utrecht and everybody else here that we have. I think Passau also is a subject that I can annex. Yep, there you go. Passau we can annex as well. Our estates are pretty good too. We've got basically 100 crownlands, or close to 100 crownlands in any case. We could get 5,000 from selling, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to bother with it. We have right now the maximum bonuses, yearly absolutism, an extra 15 max absolutism as well. And we have both the plus 100 governing capacity and the plus 1 mana privileges. And even with all of those, we're still up at 96 absolutism. If we were to get the court and country disaster, we would probably be able to get an extra 20% max absolutism. I have been trying to get this, but the problem is you have to be at war, gotta have stability less than 3, unrest, etc. And I have it, and then I forget about it, and then it resets the progress. Literally. I had my progress reset like 8 times, because I keep forgetting about it. I just gave up on it at this point. Now, since I have so much money lying around, I'm also going to be getting some charter companies around the Indian subcontinent. Whichever has higher trade power is going to be my main target, of course. So like Surat would be an absolutely amazing province if I could get that. There you go. We can actually get Surat. So that's 44 trade power. We can get even more by building up this particular trade company a lot more. Okay, we don't have enough wars clearly, so we're going to be starting another war. We called in Russia too, just so I can pay him back for the fact that they freaking called me in their stupid war against Nogai. Why would you need me against the one province minor, Russia? Explain that stuff to me, brother. Also, I just noticed a coalition formed of farce. What a farce of a coalition, isn't it, boys? I'm a little bit worried that Kilwa might join into that coalition, though. So I'm going to be attacking Kilwa, which is allied to Adal, Aden, and I can that way get most of the Arabian area too under my control, as well as the entirety of the coastline of Africa. Also, the reason I want to stay as France for this campaign is because late game, France is the nation that has the highest amount of content out of all of them. I'm talking about the revolutionary content, how the French Revolution works, and how we can use that to more easily do the world conquest, right? Or better yet, spread the revolution. I want to say something that I know will piss off some people, but I genuinely think that this mission should be 50 provinces owned, not 50 provinces with the owner's culture. Because for me to convert 50 provinces in Germany to my culture is not going to be easy. I mean, it's going to be done by 1750 or something. And the bonus from this is that you unlock access to the military hegemony faster. All power costs minus 5%. That means culture converting, coring, everything is 5% cheaper, which is great. But it's so late in the campaign that does it really make a difference anymore? You know what I'm saying? Either make it 25 provinces and then you can actually rush for it early game and you can do it, or just make it own provinces, not culture convert. I don't know, just my opinion though. I know that if I was being really optimal with this campaign, I could have just rushed for Germany, dismantled it super early in the campaign, and when I would have already had all of this converted to my culture by now. But first off, I didn't even think that I'd do a world conquest in this campaign. Okay, I'll be honest. We both know. I did not expect to do a world conquest with this. You thought that you had it tough with sieges? Check it out. 92% siege. Do I even need to say anything else? Now, I know what some of you might be saying. Ludi, why did you just white peace Nogai? Is it because you're a scumbag ally? Or is it because you want them to win against the Russians? So then it's easier to take out the Russians because they have a lot less land. So less wars, huh? It's because you're a scumbag ally. That's probably why though. Oh, we can embrace Cobentism. Oh, okay, that's cool. That means we just need to get the last reforms done and then we can do a fires of industry, which is going to give us 0.2 goods produced in every province we own. So that's just crazy, guys. Like actually crazy. That's going to be like 3,000 ducats alone. Hey boys, the war is over. There is no more Austria. There's just 3,000 left Austrian soldiers that clearly are not going to be able to restore the empire, are they now? Also, I just realized Bohemia is actually still alive. They managed to take this one province from the Austrian war because they had a core in it, and they still have 3 Transylvanian provinces. I'm actually curious to see their core map mode. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. That's insane. Also, we got 400 overextension, so we could have easily had the court and country disaster, but the age of absolutism is over, so no more disaster for us anymore. Holy mother of changing of cultures. Okay, we have to check the culture map mode, don't we? We absolutely have to see how many French people we got quite a ton of French people. I mean, a lot of French people. But you know what? I don't think we have enough. I think we need a lot more, don't we? One thing that can help us with getting more is changing for the culture conversion cost tier 3 bureaucratic reform. It does mean that we lose the 5% minimum autonomy territory, so that's a big hit on the economy overall, but it's still not the end of the world, and it does mean that we can convert stuff insanely cheap. It's almost as cheap as when we are the Romans, which of course we're not going to be because we're not planning on forming Rome, but just saying it's super cheap. How much bonus is that? That's like 80%. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty bad with math, but it's super cheap. Okay, now boys, in the age of revolutions, one disaster that's unique to the French is, you guessed it, the French Revolution, where, if you didn't know, historically what happened is everybody just got along really well and they just peacefully asked the monarchy to step down, and the monarchy said, yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's just go ahead and have a nice retirement on an island. Nothing bad happened. Totally nobody got decapitated en masse. The Friendship Revolution. Unlike these revolutions, which are very much so clearly not friendly, are they now? Have you guys ever watched Tulsa King? Because I'm watching it right now and I'm like 6 episodes in. I'll be totally honest, I did not know that Sylvester Stallone is such a good actor. Like, only thing I thought about when I thought of Sylvester Stallone was, okay, that's just Rocky or the boxer guy. Wait, no, that is Rocky. Rambo or Rocky. See, I'm so confused between them. They're the same character, man. One has guns, the other one doesn't. That's the only difference. Reality is that this was honestly a... oh, come on, Russia. Again with the crusade that you're not going to be able to win. This was a needed movie for him to show off his character range. Now, he's not a tough soldier or a tough boxer. He's he's a tough gangster. It's the same thing. Somehow I managed to get myself scammed into thinking it's not the same thing though. One more month and we're gonna be getting the Revolution, as I like to call it. The Estates General. Alright, well, hopefully we get a Chadicus Maximus called Napoleonsky Bonapartesky that's gonna fix this French Revolution, am I right? We have the option of becoming a revolutionary republic, and since we want to make this a fun playthrough, let's do that. Viva la Revolution! Down with the French peasant, aristocracy. From now on, you can call us the French Republic. Gain the new traditions and ambitions of the Republic, which means we got Revolutionary Zeal increase. Revolutionary Zeal is a brand new mechanic. It's basically the same like absolutism. It's actually exactly the same like absolutism. It's called something different, okay? We got to start from zero with it. So we kind of nerfed ourselves a little bit here. But you know what? It's fine. All right? It's fine, boys. Like I said, we want to make this a little bit harder on us. Otherwise, it's too easy. So for now, we're going to go for, I don't even know, René d'Estrées. Hopefully, he's going to be replaced by Napoleon at some point. Hopefully, you know what I mean? We are right now the only revolutionary nation in the world. Everyone's going to hate us and everyone's going to want to be us. No, they're not going to want to be us at all. Revolutionary Guard Force limit, fraction 20% and so on. Plus, it enables the Jacobins and all the other factions. The Jacobins give construction cost reduction, national tax, which is great for playing toll, which we're not doing. Liberty Desire from the Imperials, or discipline and land force limit from the Girons, but they also give extreme aggressive expansion impact increase. I don't know why. So I don't really care about them too much. Let's go for the government reforms. Fraternité, Égalité. Well, it's only Fraternité really, because it gives culture conversion cost minus 20%, which is huge. I'm gonna go for the first one. Can force re-elections, and we get the Revolutionary Zeal. For the fourth one, we can get idea cost reduction by 5%, or go for heretics and heathens do not give any penalties. That's actually pretty significant, but I like the idea cost and I don't care about heretics and heathens. Then the fifth one is basically the same like default. We can go again for the musketeers, so we get the musketeers as the French. Otherwise, we wouldn't have access to them. In 3 months, we can take the next one. So, of course, we're going to go for the province war score cost minus 10%. The latter ones are the ones we want to go for mostly for the Republic, the Revolutionary Republic, better yet. Since for the 11th one, we also get core creation cost minus 10%. Then we get minimum autonomy in territories and maximum revolutionary zeal plus 20%. The Revolutionary Guards are unique units, by the way, that have reduced fire and shock damage, and also they have regiment drill loss and army drill gain modifier plus a lot. And we have some options here that also increase their bonuses by a ton more. Also, we've got the Cult of Reason, which we're going to take later because we need to get our stability first, but this is going to lower the tech cost by 15%. And once we have the Cult of Reason, we can also go for Cult of Reason government reform, which means we get 20% idea cost reduction. So we're going to take ideas and technologies for barely any mana points, like almost free. Okay, we got the fortifications as well, so now we got the war score, which means we can peace out Kilwa. I'm gonna go for the coastline here. We could have taken almost 3 times more land if we didn't get rid of our 96 absolutism, but this is more fun. Honestly, it's a lot more fun. I'd rather do this than just be insanely OP continuously. If we didn't go for this option, we probably would have been able to conquer the world by 1745, so would have been a little bit too easy. Oh my god. Execute the enemies of the revolution. Okay. Doesn't seem like we're the good guys anymore, does it, boys? Oh, the fate of the monarchy. Gee, I wonder what happens if 360 people vote against and only... Oh, well, we got one stability. Surely nothing bad happened, right? Nobody pause and read that event. Nobody at all, please pause and read that event, okay? Surely the revolutionaries were the good guys, come on. They didn't do anything bad. Now, guys, here's the really cool part about being a revolutionary nation. As the French, you get access to unique revolutionary missions, boys. Look at this. We have Le Grand Armée. We need to have 50 revolutionary zeal, and then we get this bonus, and eventually we get invasion of the Italian nation, which gives development cost reduction, goods produced for the entirety of the campaign. Cross the Rhine gives revolutionary zeal and admin efficiency plus 5. Peninsula War gives until the end of the game morale of armies. All of these are permanent modifiers. All power cost minus 5%, so we can mix that in with the other another old power cost once we finish converting all of the Germans to our culture. Right now, there's only one province that's our culture. That means we get minus 10% old power cost from these two particular missions. That's cool, right? I don't think many of you even knew that there's literally missions when you form a revolutionary France. Now, we also need to get 20 provinces with 25 development, less than 1 devastation, that have the French infrastructure network edict. So that's actually pretty easy. We just got to give a few edicts around. We can do that now. There we go. We just did it. So now we can get 1 random development in every owned province that fulfill the requirements. That's not too bad. It's not amazing though. Next, we need to get naval force limit 90%, and then we get until the end of the game a lot of naval bonuses, including moving on and off of ships. Okay, that's easy too. Coastal infrastructure, we need to have 40 provinces with a dock or shipyard. Oh, they need to have both a dock and a shipyard. I don't think I've built any docks this entire freaking campaign. I mean, I guess we have a lot of money. We can do that right now. A lot of these other missions down the line though have been pretty much fully fulfilled. We just need to do a few more things like build some barracks over in Italy and then we'll be fine. Oh, we actually have almost all the prerequisites for getting domination of Europe. Holy schnitzel, that's awesome. Even for these missions, we have everything. We literally just need to get freaking 50 revolutionary zeal and then we can do almost 80% of these missions. I love that this particular event happens exactly when I'm low on stability and I need stability. Okay, now we're getting a lot of rebels because of the whole revolutionary thing. So expansion is going to be put on a little bit of a hold until we fix all of these rebel issues and we stabilize the country a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, this is a lot of rebellions right now. Finally, our brave leader is here, Napoleon Bonaparte. We do need, in fact, his skill in becoming a great nation. We have the Reign of Terror removed from France as well. So, of course, for one stability, 100% we're gonna go for Monsieur Napoleon, the greatest council to have ever lived. However, he's 53 and 1714 doesn't make much sense, does he? He would not have even been conceived by this point. But I'm okay with it. Don't worry about it. Also, these are our revolutionary guards. They are absolutely overpowered, as you would imagine. So we're gonna be replacing our units pretty much with revolutionary guards or musketeers. Not gonna have anything that's not either musketeer or revolutionary guard. And we also have Napoleon as a general. I'm not gonna use him as a general though, because, well, let's face it, I don't want him to die. And even if it does die, you know, birds are everywhere. But yeah, no, I don't want to have to out that fort because he died. Holy schnitzel, the French nobles are rebelling. Doo-doo. French nobles are rebelling. Doo-doo. Oh my god, what the? How many French rebels are in the... Okay, come on. Hold on a second there, buddy boy. Hold on a freaking... Okay, we need to fix this. It seems like a little bit more rebels than I'm happy with. Yeah, no, the whole country has a lot of rebels right now. This has to be fixed. Oh, even more rebels, guys. Do you want to see the map? You want to see how many rebels we've got right now? This stuff usually doesn't make it to the final edits. It's just stuff I do between wars. So I know people be like, you Ludi have 1,000 rebels, you don't have any. Motherfucker, I got a lot of rebels on my games, okay? Deal with it. Well, color me surprised, boys. Napoleon decided that he wants to be king forever, and we just became the first revolutionary empire, which again comes with its own unique government reforms. We do want to enable nobility estate, so we're gonna go for the noble privilege and basically go for similar stuff that we went for earlier with some slight changes. Idea cost is actually amazing. Kind of funny that Napoleon, you know, technically was supposed to be bringing France down the path of true democracy and he just went full on back to monarchy. Oh, we can also do invasion of Italy. So until the end of the game, we get development cost reduction and goods produced plus 10%. And we're close to the Peninsular War, which is going to give morale of armies plus 10% too. We just have to convert a few more provinces to French or accept Castilian, one of the two options. I'm going to convert those provinces though. Hey, there you go. Another easy mission here from the new secret missions that the French get. So we get again more naval tradition and more naval bonuses. Destroy the British. We just need to take the province of London and finish converting a few of these to our culture. And then we get morale of navies, durability, and heavy ship combat ability. And then the next one's going to give us trade efficiency plus 15%. Holy schnitzel. That's like 500 ducats right now. Well, apparently getting 4 stacks of 50 regiments in Spain does the job too. And we got the permanent morale of armies now. We have by far the highest morale of armies in the world, followed up by the Poles for some reason. Here's another cool little trick, guys. If you do stay as an absolute monarchy, so you don't go revolutionary, this particular fort's of massive help because it gives you an extra 10 max absolutism. So if you need a little bit of a push to reach 100 absolutism, then this might be the fort for you. Also, the city of Sana is pretty good too because it gives an extra merchant and cost to promote mercantilism if you're into that kind of stuff. You know, since the last time I destroyed development around the land. There's significantly more French provinces now, even in the high development areas of Italy and Germany. Russia actually got completely screwed over by the Scandinavians out of all nations, so I'm just gonna curb their expansionism, of course. So I'm just gonna attack them to bring peace to the world. The Declaration of American Independence. Okay, that's both funny to see and at the same time sad, because apparently the Spanish are wiping out what's left of the British colonies in the New World. Yeesh. Aw, good guy Scandinavia released Riazat for me to wipe him out. That's funny. And that way I also get Scandinavia out of the coalition because they're going to join on the side of Riazan. I love this. Oh no, big sad guys. Our great emperor has passed away and we're stuck with Charles Bonaparte, who is average as schnitzel, man. I am not on board with this guy, but I mean it's better than the Empress, which has only one admin. And right now admin is our biggest bane by far. Oh, I completely forgot that I was supporting the independence of the Spanish colonies. I mean, that's honestly not too bad. Means that Spain gets to lose half of the New World. And hey, I just realized the United States and Illinois both exist. What a small world to have Illinois in your game. Like, actually. Since I also got my hands on the Narikala Fortress, we're gonna upgrade this to maximum because, guys, this is honestly really overpowered. Check it out. At level 3, every owned province in the region is gonna have basically free forts and are just insanely difficult to take. Like, that's crazy how overpowered they are. And the region is this, the Caucasian region. That's like 20 plus provinces. We basically get free level 8 fortifications. Of course, I'm gonna be spamming these in every single province now just because I can. It does suck that the British don't have their colonies anymore when we fully annex them, but it is nice that we get to cancel most of their cores on the British Isles themselves, which are now 100% French, that's for sure. We did what William the Norman couldn't do, make the British Isles French, right? That does mean we got London colon for us, and that makes London, it gave it more development, and I haven't yet cored it. That is not good. We have to develop, oh god, the 62 development. This is really not good. I really should have waited for that. Now we can also do this mission, the French Isles, until the end of the game. Max promoted cultures, navy tradition or ship cannons, or dev cost reduction, culture conversion cost -2. Holy shit, how did I not know about that? Brother, I should have rushed for that. Oh my freaking god. Dude, that's crazy. I'm converting provinces for basically nothing right now. Oh, bro. If I form Rome, it's going to be like literally 2-3 mana points. Hey, this also gives us 10 extra maximum zeal. That's huge. I think it's time that we also attack the Poles because we need to start cutting them down in size. They are extremely massive. So now that we've increased our revolutionary zeal to 95, we're basically getting about the same stuff that we were getting from absolutism. It's actually a little bit less, if I'm not mistaken, admin efficiency than we were getting before. But you know what? Makes up for it from the fact that we can get pretty much unlimited amounts of revolutionary guards, which are really powerful. Does mean now we're up to 53 admin efficiency, 10% less than what we had before, to be fair. Oh, that's a big blow for the Silesians and the Poles. And it also goes to show how overpowered the revolutionary guards are. I mean, we're literally wiping the floor with the Polish troops whenever we have engagements with them. It's not even any sort of a challenge, really. I mean, we have a mixture of both musketeers and most of the artillery is by now revolutionary guard artillery, so it's just really powerful because we also gave them the discipline bonus from the decisions. It really is just an absolute pleasure watching these battles unfold in front of me here, and the difference in numbers is just crazy, guys, as in the amount of losses they have and the amount of damage we inflict on them. Better yet, it looks like the colonies have gained their independence from the Spaniards, so next up I'm going to be attacking Illinois so I can consolidate my New World colonies a bit more before the truce is over with the Spaniards and we can attack them again. This Polish war was also insanely easy, and that's because they have a lot of fortifications, so me just literally rushing for all the forts. All of these cities are basically forts that I siege down, and I basically ignored everything else. I won a few battles as well, and as such I already have 99% war score. I can piece them out. The reason I'm not though doing so, and I'm not piecing out Russia, I've been actually sitting on Prussia for a while, is because of overextension. I'm gonna wait till everything else is cored here and then I'm going to piece out the Russians, Lithuanians, and so on. We can actually fully annex Russia, and we can even take like the little provinces that are disconnected from the rest of Russia, and that's because we have the age ability that allows us to ignore coring distance, which means we can literally take any province anywhere and we're going to be able to core it. I think I might just do Lithuania now though, simply because I want to only grab a little bit of their lands. I'm not taking everything from them, so we can do this, boom, and that way we can just have an easy peace deal with the Poles after. So I just got diplomatically insulted by Kazan. I swear I've been looking at this part of the map, I'm not even joking, for an hour. I didn't even know Kazan's alive. I genuinely just realized they exist right now. How's that possible, bro? I literally was looking at this part of the map, not another part, and I didn't see them somehow. What? Oh, we have Mexico, and guess what? They want to break the alliance with me. What a bunch of scumbags. I help you get independence, and then you want to break the alliance with me. Who does that, Mexico? I would never do such a thing. I think it's safe to do the peace deal with the Russians now. There you go. That is a Jover for the Russian Empire. Again, spread the revolution. I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but spread the revolution gives 50% aggressive expansion and 50% cost for all provinces. So it is ridiculously powerful as a CB, way better than anything else you've got so far. Actually, since I already have my units up north, might as well declare a war against Scandinavia, since they're guaranteed by the Poles, and because the Poles are already at war with me, there's nothing that they can do about it. So let's go with the war against Polos, Siberia, and Scandinavia. So that way, once this is done, we're gonna have a big chunk of Europe, and I mean a really big one. And also we're gonna do a easy war against Bohemia, since they only have 4 provinces left, and we can core them up, so that means we don't need to worry about the coring range and all that shit. Look at us go through those American troopers. I guess they're not as good as they think they are they now? Oh, this is not American movie, this is French movie. So you get the baguette and the French army win. You don't get guy chewing bubble gum and winning, okay? Completely different somehow. There you go. That was Illinois' army as well. Let's wipe out the leftover army of the United States, and then we literally can just carpet siege the entirety of the New World, and that's it. We have won half of North America in essence. They got any other armies? They do have 50,000 more. Okay, I'm actually surprised by that. I was expecting them to not have many troops left. My favorite part is that the New World provinces automatically go to either French Louisiana or another one of my colonies, so I don't need to stress about having to core these provinces myself. Oh, we got some free lands here for the taken, boys. Let's hop on over. It pains me to do this because Silesia is the only other revolutionary state that I've seen around, but we have to wipe them out. It's just sad though, because this is such a beautiful thing to see. Revolutionary Silesia. It just sounds great. Oh, the revolution is beginning in Poland. Okay, I think it's time I piece them out then. I'm gonna basically go for the lands in the Baltic and the Ukrainian bits because it's a lot less development, so it's actually cheaper to get all of these provinces. There you go. We finished Zagreb, Eastern Ver. Now let's concentrate all that we can because this is a lot to core up. 450 overextension. You know, I could technically just create a client state. That would help me a lot because I do have like 60% integration speed, so I could integrate very fast. Screw it, man. I'm gonna do that. So that means I'm gonna also pretty much fully annex most of Scandinavia here too. That means they're left with one province, Gotland. Instead of Sweden, they can rename themselves to Gotland now. But that does mean we have 830 overextension. Whew! We do have to create a couple of client states. Oh man, if I was to form Rome, this would make it so much easier. Seriously. Why am I doing this to myself? I feel like I'm not going to be able to... Well, I know now that I'm not going to be able to do a one culture run in this particular save because I forgot to enforce culture on La Baguette and they're English or something like that. So yeah, it's Jover for that bit, but at least we can do the world conquest, right? All right, we're going to officially create Eastern France. Eastern France is going to have a completely random flag that I'm okay with, such as this one. This actually looks pretty cool, and the map color is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go with something similar to our color. There you go. That works for me. All right, now let's go ahead and give Eastern France provinces to make it bigger. And I've seen your comments in the previous videos. Ludi, why don't you just shift click, bro? Stop doing it one by one. So from now on, I'm going to give provinces one by one for the rest of eternity, just because I know it annoys you. Evil, I'm gonna keep this in the edit too, so you cringe as you're watching me do this. The Dallas Kogan mine is also huge for us now because it lowers the artillery cost by 20%, and we've got like 600,000 artillery, so that's a lot of money we're saving up. Not like we need it, but still we're saving up on it. I always forget this monument in Slovakia exists. And it's actually a good monument to it, especially if you're playing like, say, Austria or someone. Plus, the Hedelstarf Church also gives an extra missionary, so that's always good to have. In the north, I'm going to create a France that's a little bit more original. It's going to be northern France. Yeah, a lot more original, right? I knew it. Yep, I knew it. I knew you'd agree with me. Now, Russian France is going to have the classic all-white French flag to keep in tune with their heritage, of course. Now that the New World colonies actually have stabilized and they've got a lot of development and income, they actually have decent armies too, so I can actually rely on them for wars in the New World now. To help out with that, of course, I'm going to send them even more money too. To put things into perspective, this is the amount of rebels I have to deal with in between these massive expansion sprees that I get, so don't tell me I don't get rebels. I probably have 2.5 million rebels right now in my country, okay? They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. I stand corrected. It's 3 million rebels. French peasant rebels alone, there's 3 million of them. Did I say I'm gonna make a world conquest? Because I mean, I'm so freaking tired of wiping these rebels out. It's not difficult, but it's just annoying as shit, man. Holy fracking hell, man. And now what are you saying? Ludi, you could have done this a lot easier if you just pushed for the world conquest earlier on. I know, I just didn't really know if I'm going to do world conquest or not. So I accepted the demands of the French peasants because it just increased my autonomy by 20%, which is fine because I can instantly lower it again. And since we're dealing with all the other rebels, we don't need to worry about anybody popping up after because they already have popped up. All the rebels have freaking popped up and their mamas. This is pretty acceptable in my opinion because we literally did not have to fight an extra 3 million rebels, bro. Alright, the situation is a lot better. We've cleaned up most of the rebels. However, you guys remember how I had this one province here that I couldn't get to because the Japanese wouldn't give me military access, but I got to the rest of this? Well, the rebels enforced in this province, and somehow the same rebels that enforced in just one province managed to liberate the rest of Russia, which I had freaking cores on that I lost now. Why did I lose all of these lands which had 0 rebels because of a freaking 3 development province I couldn't get to? Holy mother, now I have to conquer this back again. Oh my god, my brain is exploding right now. We're gonna celebrate us not having a trillion overextension anymore by attacking the Lithuanians, and as such also being in another war with the Poles, albeit not co-belligerated, so we're not gonna be able to take too much from them in this war at least. After a really long ass time, we did finally convert 50 provinces in Germany to our culture, so now we can get the minus 5% all power cost, meaning converting provinces to our culture again is gonna be 5% cheaper now, alongside a lot of other things, including coring up provinces is also 5% cheaper. As you can see, the cultural hegemon over there. Do take note, we do have a lot of corruption. My slider has been at maximum the whole freaking campaign, okay? I just keep getting a lot of corruption, first off from being overextended, but more importantly, I keep getting a lot of freaking corruption events, man. I don't know what's up with this game. I'm getting so many corruption events, it's insane, bro, and they stack up. Also, I know some of you will appreciate this. We're close to getting 2 million soldiers in the field, boys. I also kind of forgot to get more ships. Don't need them, but if I can get them, why not? End of the day, more ships means I filter out more trade from India. Now, of course, we're going to be attacking again the Russians and annexing them and coring them up again. As for Lithuania, of course, we're going to do a classic fully as annexationist. I'm only going to make client states when I'm like about 600-700 overextension. 500 is actually doable because we got 150 heavies. We can also get an extra flagship, and ships can repair when in coastal sea zones. So we're basically going to make another trade power per ship and fleet type of flagship here with the fleet movement speed as well and privateer efficiency. We're back down to 58 overextension, literally nothing, so it's time to annex Russia. Now I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I am not going to annex this freaking province at all. The Russians can keep on existing in there. I'm a-okay with that. With the annexation of Russia, we officially have the entirety of Europe with the exception of one more war for Poland, and that's pretty much it. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit upset because I had to core this shit up twice. Literally had all of this as cores already before they separated from me. I was so close to quitting when that happened, you have no idea. I'm gonna start annexing my subjects, so let's go with diplo annexation cost modifiers 1 and a 2, and we're giving out the integration policy, which has another 5% annexation cost reduction. And I'm betting you guys also want to see the culture conversion map, don't you? Yep, Look at this. Pretty much all of Africa is our culture now, and half of Europe, or at least half of Europe, if not more. Even some of our colonies in Asia, and most of the islands in Asia have become our culture too. We're also sitting at a cool 116 max revolutionary zeal, so that's way above the absolutism that we had before, and we probably should be building some more town halls because we do need to lower that governing capacity, or better yet, lower the governing costs. Money-wise, I haven't even checked where my ships are and everything. I'm probably not efficiently using it because I haven't been bothering. I've got way too much money. I literally am close to 1 million ducats. I don't even know what the shit to do with this much money, but if I wanted to make more, I would be sending ships here. So let's go protect trade in Gujarat node, and let's get some more merchants from making trade companies out of the Great Lakes and Congo. I should have done this like hours ago. I just honestly, guys, what's the point? When you have so much money, why do you need to min-max so much, right? Oh, we got 2 extra merchants. What am I going to do with them? Make more money. For what? Not even using the one I have. Damn it. I hate doing these kind of world conquests. They get so just tedious, bro. Okay, again, overextension pretty damn low, so we can go ahead and annex Kazan, getting us even closer to Asia. Oh, actually, we're below 100 overextension. Holy schnitzel. Most are going to integrate both Eastern France and Northern France at the same time, too. It should take only 2 years because of our insane stats. Whilst that's happening, we're going to push into Bukhara next, and Nogai. Going to bring a few more units from the Western Front. We don't really need that many to deal with Poland. They got literally no army left right now. 200,000 is pickles, basically. Oh, man. Again, this one. If we were to switch over to Rome and have Roman culture, we could even use the Russian monuments too. Bro, this is crazy. We literally could use all the monuments in Europe if we were to form a Roman Empire. Oh, man. I'm really thinking about pressing this button. You have no idea how close I am to pressing this right now. Like, if I was to form the Roman Empire 50 years ago, I'd probably have finished the game by now. Not even exaggerating. Because of the massive bonuses they get, it literally would have been finished by now. Far from finished even. I guess I should be thanking the Timurids for releasing Perm. That's literally just free land right now. Heck, they even released Sibir, so if we take in this war a dash all the way towards Sibir, then we can grab even more free lands afterwards. Holy schnack, brother. I was gonna snake my way to meet up with my lands in East Asia, and Chagatai just went, nope, that's mine. Guess we're gonna have to make do with this in that case. It's a little bit tricky getting these provinces that are separated like that, but we'll be fine because we're gonna attack Japan right after this, or even Chagatai. We're gonna attack actually both of them. And I just realized that I don't need to be bordering these guys to take their stuff, so let's attack them right now. There we go. Now it's a little bit better under the right owner's hands, right? I mean, clearly this was always French all along, just like the rest of the world is. If I'm gonna fully annex them, I have to keep on going and fighting Delhi properly. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm just gonna let them stay as a one province minor, and I get everything else. I feel like that's a fair deal if you ask me. Next target, Chagatai. 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 Is that too cringe? That might be a little bit too cringe. Another really good monument, guys, is the Kazan Kremlin. This one gives autonomy change reduction, as well as it makes upgrading projects a little bit faster. So basically you spend less money for upgrading projects, and you also get garrison army damage plus 100. So your garrison, if you sally out with them, you're going to be inflicting some actual damage on the enemy. We would look so much better without this little Poland staining the beautiful blue of Europe, wouldn't we? To put things into perspective, this is how much land we can take from Chagatai for just 20% of the war score. We can literally fully annex them in one war, which is just ridiculous. That's like basically 25% of Asia alone. I also just appreciate the fact that I'm consistently getting absolutely dogshit heirs one after the other, like consistently. Same story as we did with Bukhara. Instead of having to fight this for another few months, I'm just gonna leave him as a one province minor, and hopefully with a little bit of luck, somebody else is gonna take pity on them and is gonna completely wipe them out afterwards. There you go. We got basically 20% of Asia in a single war, which is crazy to think about. We're actually going to position these units here because we will be continuing our expansion into China since we're here already. But I am going to make a tributary since we don't have any subjects anymore. We can make one in, I don't know which province has higher development here. Luoyang. Luoyang is going to be renamed to, you guessed it, Chinese France. There we go. And Chinese France is going to have an awesome flag that's totally not just me clicking random until I find an actually decent one. Totally not, guys. Most important though, the color has to match the owner, as everybody is aware. I mean, it is pretty much GG's for this run, guys, because I am able to annex all the Asian nations in one war. That is crazy, bro. 65 admin efficiency is honestly insane. Like, it really is insane. Add to that the policy so we can get even more if we need to by getting the war score versus other religions, which we haven't even used because we didn't need yet. Truce is done with Poland too, so that's going to be the end for them. Or not. Apparently the Poles still managed to keep 2 provinces after this. Damn. Actually, damn. Forgot the Poles are actually Catholic. They're not a different religion. Come on. You know, ironically enough, one achievement that I don't have is the one with the manpower. Let me see where it is. Win a war with at least 1 million dead on both sides. I never managed to get that, I swear. It is crazy, man. But in this run, I did get colonial managers because that was fairly easy. Just appoint 3 governors. I didn't even know that's an achievement, to be honest. Now, what are we going to do with the Poles? Because that is the age-old question. Are we going to turn them into a subject? Probably. I feel like that might be the best option here. Let's go ahead with that, because we also can now do another mission, Crossing the Rhine, which gives until the end of the game a 5% admin efficiency. So we just went up to 70% admin efficiency. That is insane, bro. That is actually insane. Dominate Europe also gives all power cost minus 5%, and it cancels any previous golden age, so we can start a second golden age, which means again we get all power cost minus 10%. So reality is I don't really need to make a subject out of this, because look at how much coring costs. It's basically nothing. We're coring provinces that have 51 development. Also, what the fuck, Poland? 51 development? Really, Brady? Really? But 51 development is getting cored for 16 mana points, 16 admin, because of all the missions that we have as the French. That is insane, man. That is actually insane. The French mission tree, the one that you get as Revolutionary France, is just absolutely crazy good. I mean, crazy good. If I'm ever gonna redo this run at some point in the future, maybe when EU5 is already out and they release another patch for this as a farewell patch or whatever, bugs patch or whatever, or even if not, if I feel like I want to play EU4 again and I do another France, what I'm gonna do, because I would have an actual, this time I didn't have a strategy for a world conquest. That's very obvious if you watched the video from the beginning, right? But what I would do is dismantle the HRE day 1, focus on getting the HRE provinces so that by 1600 I can already have these missions done, well, at least the first mission done, and then when I get revolution in the 1700s I can instantly get dominate Europe, so I would get the old power cost and the second golden era just like that, you know? That would be huge to me. Now, to unlock these missions we need to do institution at the bank, so we gotta have 0 corruption. That means I'm not supposed to expand. Ooh, okay. All right, no problem, we can do that. And we also need to lower our inflation by spending a little bit of admin. Oof, that's also going to be painful. Now we can also get 2 more merchants from the Krakow Cloth Hall, which is huge as well. So cheap to get 2 merchants from this. Super worth it. Whenever you're playing as someone close to Poland or as Poland, make sure to upgrade this when you take the province from them. Europe looks so much better now, doesn't it, guys? Woo! Amazing. Just like Africa, which looks way better as well. Best part about doing this is I can leave some units behind and just wipe out the rebels whenever they pop up, and that's pretty much it. Problem is that I really should be multitasking. I should be focusing on Asia more. I know I can still easily get the world conquest. At least I can get Asia easily, but I should have focused this on a lot more on Asia in the campaign. I'm not that big on multitasking, having 1,000 wars at the same time, to be honest. That's kind of something that puts me off of the game. And I don't also normally do world conquest because I find them super boring. I actually want to watch the timeline a little bit because I'm curious to see how exactly we expanded overall. All right, so we had a fairly slow expansion early on. We didn't really do too much here. We just took a little bit of North Africa. We should have started going into Africa properly around the 1500s at least. We went into Africa way too late. I feel like we were too focused on getting Roman Empire borders. That was a mistake. Instead of going for that, we should have just gone all around the world. Like, just go full on colonial, full on into Africa, full on into Asia. That would have made such a massive difference. And look at this. The massive swathes of expansion happened literally in the last 70 years or so, didn't it? Yep, look at that. Freaking almost 1700. We don't even have the entirety of Italy. Yeah, and now 1700 struck. And look how much massive the wars are. Massive chunks of lands we take everywhere, including for our baguette in the New World. This is what we look like right now. So a few more wars and we should be finished with this. But I think I'm going to do that online, boys. Maybe we'll do a stream when we finish off the last few years. Because I'm honestly bored to death. And I'd rather have someone to talk to whilst I'm doing the last few years, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed this, though. I love you all. And I will see you in the next one.